Hi guys, this is Dani for cupncakesgourmet. Welcome to my channel, and today we're gonna make another cool tutorial. Grinch. I know Christmas is gone, but I saw the DVD in the stores and I thought that he was so cute. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can get all the notifications, and press the bell button so you can get the new videos. We're gonna start with the green. I'm gonna make the baby Grinch, really easy. I know, crazy, no Christmas. We are like almost March now, but the DVD is out and I just regret it because I didn't make for Christmas. And I say, you know what, let me show the video and you guys can make for next year. So I made a little roll, a little bow, and I stuck the toothpick right in the middle and rolled together just to make his legs. And the little scissor, I'm just gonna cut it out all the way around to make his fur. If you haven't yet, can please, you guys, send me Instagram the picture of actually this Grinch has been there for a while, and another pictures of the videos that are coming, and videos, you know, new little videos, little tips and tricks and things like that is always there. So don't forget to go there and tag me if you make something in my tutorials. I would love to see. I'm using a phone to set up the leg, and we're gonna make the second one the same way. I'm showing you how I set up to dry because a lot of people ask me, how do you dry, how it doesn't lose form and shape and things like that. And now we're gonna make two little balls of the same size to start making his little feet. And I'm just gonna shape, leave it very pointy and make it flat. It's like kind of teardrop shape in the flat. We're gonna make the top part, and the very pointy is the front of his foot. So we're gonna make two the same size. Just check if they are pointy and the same size. And now we're gonna place very easily on his legs. Get your toothpick off of the phone, stick it in, use your other hand, push it up and down. You can just put the excess off. Don't drop it like me, of course. I'm just gonna roll all over, and we're gonna cut it again, everything together. That will help the clay to stick to each other, and even to give a little bit more details and don't look like you put the little piece after you made the leg. And we're gonna make that the same thing to the other side, just like that. And we're gonna start shaping his body. He's a tiny little thing, especially because we're making the baby one. I'm just gonna make this little pear shape, just like this. It's kind of like 2 fingers tall. And I'm gonna use my finger and go roll up and down on the middle to separate where the belly is, and then the top of the torso. And I'm gonna pinch together the bottom, like, you know, that V shape on the bottom where the legs are gonna be, and we just gonna place right there. I have no styrofoam inside, it's just clay. You can just use this for clay, fondant, whatever you wanna use, just use the same steps. And you guys always ask me how I let it dry. That's I just said that's why I'm putting in the phone, but I want you guys to see that you need to look around before you let it dry. Put his back up, fix his boom boom, you know, his little butt before you let it dry, because once the clay is dry you cannot fix it. We're gonna make 2 thin little rolls to make his arms. The arms need to be in the length of the body, so you just make it very skinny, very thin, and then just cut the fingers. You don't need to worry about too many details right now because we're just making a basic one. And we're gonna set them up on the side of the body, just lower down, so you don't need to worry about toothpicks to hold them up, anything, just like that. We're gonna place on the body. And now with a toothpick, a tool, anything that you have that has a little pointy thing, you can just make a lot of fur. He is very furry, very cute. You can just leave like that, or you can cut with a scissor, but I wanted to show you guys both ways to do it. As I always say on my videos, don't waste your money buying a bunch of tools if you're gonna make just one party for your kids or things like that. Go slowly, use the things that you have home. I show you guys how to make cookie cutters with soda cans, and you can easily make this what I'm making right now with a toothpick. So don't worry about it. We can find something at home that we can use. Making very furry, and as I promised, I'm showing how I put this craft foam and the toothpick in the bottom, see, and I let it dry in the place exactly like I want it, so it doesn't fall, doesn't move until it's completely dry. We're gonna make a really fat teardrop shape or like a pear shape, and we're gonna start marking the center where the eyes are gonna be, and we're gonna start modeling his face. I'm pulling the excess up and just making little curls since he has fur and like all over his face. We're gonna leave that excess on the top just to make even more details, and I'm placing the toothpick on the face because it made my life easy to hold, so I don't need to hold exactly the head and lose the shape. And now with my tool ball, I'm just marking what the eyes are gonna be and pulling the excess up to mark where the face and the cheeks are. Another tool, a straight tool or another toothpick, we can separate the face, and then the top of this line is where the nose are gonna be, and then the middle of the line is where we're gonna open his little mouth. As you can see, I'm just using a back of the tool, or you can use anything just to mark what the nose is gonna be, and it's a little tiny triangle. I will place on my phone. Always when it's not dry and you're gonna put it down, don't put it down on the table, just don't flat out your clay or your fondant, just put it there because it's gonna be safe. And I'm making a tiny little triangle with a little bit darker gray, kind of like leafy gray. We're gonna put it to place his nose. And you can see I just made a little hole for the mouth. I don't know what happened to that part of the video, but I just stuck a tool there and open. There's no trick or anything that I'm hiding. It's just I don't know where it was. So I'm just opening just the corners just to make a kind of little smile, but not too much a smile because Grinch doesn't really smile that much. And now with the white, I'm just making two balls to be sure that they're the same size and flatten out so we can start making his eyes. Just like that. You can make the black part of his eyes or the green part of his eyes and clay or fondant or whatever material you're using, but I wanted to try this pen. It's like a water-based pen, so they say that you can paint and you can watercolor, kind of like that. So I was very curious and I wanted to try before show you guys. And other trick, every time that you're gonna paint or use pen or anything like that, let your model dry completely to don't mess it up. And now I put a little water on my cotton tip and use just to get that little wider on the center. And now I went back to my brush again, and we're gonna make the black with acrylic paint because it's a little bit more glossy, and I wanted a little show, little life on his eyes. If you don't feel comfortable painting with the liner and making a ball, use the other side of your paintbrush, the back, and you can make a ball really perfect and easy, and you don't need to worry about. If you want to start learning to paint with the brush, don't forget to have your both arms and steady on the table so you can get that easier. And now I made two little snakes to place on the top of his face for his eyebrows, and I use the same color that I use for the nose, like a little darker gray. And I'm just gonna make a little tiny furry, hairy details, just making some little traces right there. The same thing the other side. And now I'm just using the liner to make a line between where the eyes and the face are connecting. As you can see, I use my paint on the brush and I clean on my hand. I'm not cleaning, I'm just making the first traces, so I know then my brush has the paint evenly on it, so it's not gonna make a blob or like make a mess on my motto or whatever I'm making. And I made 2 little dots in white for the right reflection, and you can see then he's up there drawing a little bit, and I open a very it doesn't need to be straight, doesn't need to be perfect, just open and flatten out a piece of red, and I'm painting in white for his scarf. You can make this even with more details using a texture, to look like you use the yarn and you really need it, made it handmade kind of style. But I'm making a basic one. If you work with clay or fondant or cold porcelain or light air clay for a long time and this is too basic for you, you can edit your own flair, your own details. You can mark and make even more things on your in your piece. But I'm just marking the little lines in white. I'm gonna make one side, and then the other side I will make when I put the scarf on, just to be sure that my paint is drying, and I didn't want to wait, of course, the impatient here. And then I'm gonna cut it both sides, the edges, just to look even more like a scarf, the little edges, the ends, and you can see. And the same thing the other side, I'm gonna cut the excess to make my line straight, and make the same thing then we did it on the other side. I love this little tiny scissor I have because it's so tiny and so delicate. And now I put in place, as you can see, I have the stripes just in one side because, I don't know why, because I'm impatient and don't let it dry. And now I'm gonna make the other places that I can see and need the stripes for my motto, because basically the whole stripe, then I made it, I hide it anyway, but we can make it again. And he is almost done. You can let him dry, put a candle, put in the top, anything, decorate for Christmas next year, make it bigger. It's just so cute because it's a baby, that's this big, like around the eyes, and I wanted to make for you guys. So it's a pretty easy. I think you guys liked this video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe and leave a comment so I can dedicate my next video to you. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry having Christmas in March, but I will bring another video this week for you guys. Bye!